Hola, 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 hola. How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me? I hope you can. I hope you can. I hope you can. What's up, everyone? As you know, last week I celebrated a monumental success, and I believe that I said something, just kind of minor about it. We were emerging from one of my favorite collabs of the year. Maybe I'm a little biased, but because of that, I didn't want to focus much. But we are here. We are over 1K. Thanks to all of you and your lovely support. Thank you so very much. I was a bit under the weather last week. I don't know why. I mean, I don't think that that's going to change. It's like everybody's sick. Rebecca was sick this week. My mother was sick so bad that I was trying to get her to check into the hospital. She wouldn't do it. She was like, "Look, just because I ain't walking my mile today, don't mean I'm ready to check." I said, I didn't say that. I was just worried because she was coughing like, and it sounded like it hurt. My little tablet that I'm watching the chat on, I look bad. It looks like I don't have good internet. Is that how it looks for you? No, yes, yes, no. Okay, well, while we're debating, I'm going to go back. I'm going to say hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. I'm joking. So let's see. We're going to kick our night off with my Mickey. Hi, Mickey. How are you? How you been? Lisa, how are you, Lisa? Got something coming for you, Lisa. Moving on. Hi, Angie. How are you? Samantha. Blunts and Gems. Another successful collab. I got a chance to see you in your, I believe it was the African, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but I know it was, the for Black History Month. And what I liked about what you did with your collab every day, I mean, you came up with something new. I commend you for that. But every day you came up with something new. There were a few days where you presented information I never ever knew or heard about. So kudos to you, 'cause that is a lot, especially when you're researching, you're looking, and you're wanting to present things that are informative and that other people may not have been aware of. I think you did a great job. And I was there from day one. So kudos to you, Blunts and Gems. We know her as Samantha Hugs. There is Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. How have you been, Lizzie? How's the weather? Looks like it's kind of cold, but it's off and on everywhere. I do not recognize it. For anybody who doesn't know, I live in Las Vegas, and that is the Mojave Desert. I live in the Mojave Desert, but it doesn't feel desert like now. So, something going on with the weather. The other day, me and my mom, what was we at? We were coming out of Applebee's. It was Friday. We went to Applebee's to join Billy, Billy's Crafting Lounge, because he was doing a bomb party. And my mom has been to several bomb parties. I have never heard of it until he sent that information over. Anyway, um, we go to Applebee's so we could sit and shop because we were on two different devices. I was on TikTok, I think, or Instagram or whatever the other live, and my mom was on YouTube. and it was delayed. It was really delayed. So we decided to just go sit somewhere, have a little fun. We was drinking and we was spending, I mean, we was spending up all our money on Billy's jewelry. But we were leaving Applebee's and this gentleman said, I'm gonna have to put a call into the Illuminati. They done tripped out and lost their mind. They done switched the weather patterns for everybody. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, is that a thing? So clearly now I'm wondering, is that a thing? Can weather be, manipulated? And if so, can we get our weather back? Because I don't recognize this winter at all. I don't own a coat and I've been shopping for a coat. So just thought I'd share that. But obviously, looking at Lizzie's name brought the weather to mind. Hi, Billy. There's the new Billy. How are you? Chaotic. How are you? Amanda, thank you for coming. Oh, Mickey's laughing at me. Cynthia, dip in time. If I had to say who were some very lucky subscribers this year so far, dip in time, you would definitely come up. Mutt Nuts, very supportive. So it's, definitely worthwhile when I see your name come up. But you guys are so supportive. The Gales, I call them the Gales, and I'm not referring to the wind. But Pearson Spitzer, you guys have been rocking with me since like when I forget, I think it was Spitzer when her name come up. My son was like, "She's still watching us? She's still tuning in?" Because you guys have been rocking with us for that long. So thank you. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Tammy! Hi Tammy. There's Helen. Look at Helen. How is everyone tonight? So it looks like I am uh, oh, you're welcome. Thanks. Alrighty. So, with that said, for some of the newer people who haven't been here for a while, you guys are going to be welcome to kind of pop them in to chat as well. But I figured I would. This has been a recommendation, but the most recent person that told me to do this is Lizzie. Why don't you do some getting to know you tag questions? So, if you guys have a question that you would like to ask me, go ahead and type it in to the chat box. Yes, let's have a little bit of fun. And Lizzie, go ahead and kick off the questions since this was your idea. And I'm going to go ahead and see what comes up. Oh, this isn't, I'm sorry. I think I looked the wrong thing up. That's definitely not the type of tag questions. So I guess I just mean getting to know you questions because these are horrible. Here we go. Oh. So my nut says, I'm okay. I just been fighting a migraine off and on all day. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you get to feeling a little bit better. I totally understand. Dream vacation, no limits. Pre-pandemic, I always wanted to go to Paris. Period. Just wanted to go to Paris. If I don't come back, I'm okay. Um, since the pandemic, I really would like to create an opportunity for everybody that I love, all of you, to come and see me somewhere so that I'm able to see everyone. And so I guess, times change and the things that we want change. And so, going into the pandemic, I feel like we all created great bonds and we've shared with one another, and this connection that we're all feeling through crafting, through diamond painting, through playing with clay, coloring, cross stitch, and crochet. I don't crochet, but I've crocheted the most um, in my crafting, time. And cross stitch was second. Just, ouch, I just bit the inside of my, this is the second time today. But just so you're aware, I was crocheting a blanket for my dad. And when he passed away on Christmas, I was late getting it done. Other things were coming along, and I just wasn't, I wasn't honed in like I should. We do that. We go through our ebbs and flows when we craft, and there are times where, we just need to put that project down and move to another or something. It was something akin to that, but, I did let him know a few times, I'm making something for you. You're going to love it, things like that. And when he passed away and I still haven't given it to him, I put my crochet needle down. Now, the very first retreat, Marissa sat with me as I tried to overcome, that disappointment, that last time I had a needle in my hand, that was difficult, but she sat with me. Shout out to her, the crafty heifer. If you guys, watch her, if you guys have an opportunity to communicate with her, let her know that I still remember that moment. And I was trying to hold the needle. I got Marissa on one side. She's loving me. She can't wait to, be supportive and things. And then I have my girl, Care Bear, to my left. Care Bear was trying to crochet, and the crochet project was getting tighter and tighter, and she was so upset. I don't think she realized what I was going through, but she was like, "Oh hell no, I can't do this." Oh, I'm sitting there thinking the same, but trying to overcome it. So it was just a comical moment. But in that moment, I will never forget the support that I felt and the love from Marissa. So make sure if you guys know her or you see her, make sure you commend her, because I think we all have somebody in this community that we can, kind of reach out to, and that we can have those moments and we can link it back to just a period of compassion that helped us overcome something. So thank you, Marissa. uh, all right, I see some stuff posting, but back to, that's one of the reasons why I would like to maybe create a dream vacation and invite all of you to come and share it with me. Now, I'm going to be honest. I live in Las Vegas, and I don't think the dream would be here. To be honest, I believe I'm thinking somewhere, and you guys probably not gonna like this, but somewhere like Montana, Colorado. I've been to Colorado. That is the most beautiful state that I've ever driven through. Um, so Montana, Colorado, and then probably Texas, to be honest. um, Texas is the one state, if I had to leave Vegas, that I would move to. I haven't worked any other states out that I would move to and stay permanently, but Texas is the one state. So, ooh, great question. All righty, here we go. My nut says, oh, it is. It's the crazy weather. Who is your favorite Canadian person? You- Justin Trudeau. Ah, Justin Trudeau, he fine. And when he leave his wife, tell him to come on here to Las Vegas. We're going to have a party, y'all. I'm going to get some new reform going for you guys in Canada. There we go. You like that? Amanda likes that. Oh, Susan Mascarenas says hi, Tia, and everyone in chat. Cat's going. um, my favorite DMC drill color. Oh, that's a good one. Probably, I love 890. I love 701 through, I'd say 704. Just in case you guys are wondering, these are all greens. Um, I do like some of the hues, like the more turquoisey 3843, 38, 45, and 46. Oh, great one. Oh, Dippin' Time says, I'm sorry to hear that. How about a cruise? That sounds excellent. A cruise. I would love that. I've been on several. My mother, the last one that she went on, I paid for it. She got sick. And I asked her, Mom, did you enjoy your cruise? She said she did. I said, every time I call, $35 surcharge, by the way, just to call the boat. Every time I call, you say, I'm laying down. And so she kept saying, no, no, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. When she came back about a month or two later is when she admitted that she was pretty much sick the whole trip. She, I think she said she lost her Dramamine or couldn't find whatever the pill that you get for motion sickness. So she didn't enjoy, and I couldn't get a refund. Cats Galleries from Colorado. How far are you from Vail? So coming here to Las Vegas, oh, it's been a while. Coming out here to Las Vegas, we decided to drive. We sold everything. We were like the Beverly Hillbillies. Woo, we gonna hitch up our little wagon and we going across. You would have thought that. And I felt like what we were in because we drove out here in a U-Haul, two kids, me, my husband, and all of our worldly possessions that we didn't sell in the back of the U-Haul. And we had our car attached to the back. And I'll never forget, instead of coming here, when you follow the rules and you're looking like, oh, it's 2,400 miles and it should be at 8 hours a day, you just need to drive. That doesn't work. It said 4 to 5 days. It took us, I think we did 10 days to get across the world from, we left Ohio to come here. Now, we had a deadline to be here, but it wasn't real tight. We came out 70 and we went through the pass. Wrong time of the year to be going through the pass. It started snowing and I couldn't see the road. Now, earlier in the day in Colorado, when I was traveling, what I had noticed was they have, like, you're driving over a mountain and you can look over the right or left, but all you see are the tops of trees. And so they have these things on the side of the highway that come down. I'm sorry, they come down and then swoop back up. They call them run stops. So, like a runaway truck that can't stop itself as it's coming down, it can go down this run stop and then curl back up to stop. And I'm like, oh no, we don't need to be on any road where this is required to stop you, because your brakes may fail, coming down such a steep incline. This is the scariest thing. So it's snowing and I can't see anything like off the side of the road. I think I had slowed down to maybe 10 miles per hour. And I was so excited. We finally see an exit. And the exit is for Vail. Vail. Never heard of it up to that point. I get off and I'm like, woo, this is nice. It's like $900 a night for a room. Anyway, we come in and we pull into the Marriott. And because they were coming off peak, it was still cold, it was still snowing, but it was coming off peak. They ended up offering us a discount. I think we still paid like 400 or something a night. The night before, when we had stayed in Ogallala, Nebraska, I think we paid $60 a night. So go figure. Anyway, we didn't know because it was dark, and I didn't know what Vail was. Never heard of it. Just said population like 2,000 or 1,200 or something like that. So we get up the next morning, and it is probably 8 o'clock, and it's our first opportunity to see Vail. I mean, the luxury all around this town. And I'm like, how do they find people with 12 or 2,000 people in population? The whole town must work here. So the gentleman told us that a lot of people that live there happen through town on their way somewhere else. because of how extravagant and expensive it is. They were just trying to get out of town. They might have broken down or something, and they ended up getting jobs working in the town and helping the town, which is a huge, I think it's either number one or number two. It's the hugest resort, and like I think for stars and famous people, it's more popular than Aspen, and I never would have known that. But I definitely enjoyed the heck out of that town. And then for a percentage off, because my big mouth husband, for a discount off of our room, if I performed for the few people that were there that night, we were going to get a discount off. So, if in case you guys didn't know, I was coming here to Vegas because I had a gig, a stand-up gig, and I needed to be here by a certain day because I had to start rehearsals for that gig. And I got booked for a few nights at the Marriott in Vail. And the great part about that was we got a nice amenity because we got a huge discount off our room. And then we got like benefits like free meals. Oh man, it was beautiful. I wish that I got booked there full time. I might not know any of you guys. I might have a whole movie by now. I might have my own sitcom called Them Nuts or something like that. But um, needless to say, I didn't get offered anything. They ended up offering my husband a job because they thought he did a great job selling them. And they said, I said, wait a minute, does that mean I'm bad? And they said no, but there were some other ideas that he had presented to them on marketing, and getting a little bit more people in during the off season. So they were hoping that he would maybe consider coming to work for them, similar to how everybody else in town ends up there. We're broken down. We don't know where we are. We needed to get off the highway. Oh, you have a job? Sure, we'll stay, make a few checks, and then move on our way. And that is Vail, Colorado. Lizzie says, what? I'm taking it that she remembered my crush on Justin Trudeau. Jim Carrey. Ah, World of Gems, right? Aw. Favorite Alaskan person. Ooh, ooh, Berta is being bad. I would have to say the meese that we talked about when I didn't know is meese plural of moose or is it meeses? I'm still debating that. I've heard other people that are averse to what I'm saying, but I think it's meeses. Big meeses were running down the road. Gotta watch out, little toad. Don't want you to get squished. Get on over into the bush. That was it. Creativity in the moment. Y'all can't say nobody else to do that. That is what we call spontaneity. Not so. uh, oh wow. Will you pay for me? That's from Billy. You don't live in Colorado anymore. Uh-oh. Somebody said, but I lived in Denver and Dillon. Okay, so she can attest. She can attest. Uh, Amanda says, if you had to choose one craft for a month, what would it be? It depends on the month. If it is a winter month, because I can't do much of it in the summer months, I'm going to say first place, clay. Second place, cross stitch. I find myself cross stitching more in the winter months now than, Um, and then diamond, obviously, diamond painting, diamond painting. Uh, Vale is 30 minutes from, see, she broke down when she left high school and end up in Vale. No, I'm playing. Yeah, Vale is a huge ski area. Huge. Bubbles, Crafty Corner. How are you? AKA Sherry. Hi, hi, hi. She's saying hello, everyone. Vail is very popular ski resort, expensive but beautiful. Extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. That's three of us in Colorado. Are you a native, Tammy? Oh, we missing out. Berta says a person. not an animal. Does this person cuddle? I need to know if this person cuddles. You know, we're not scaring housekeeping or anything like that, Berta. Just so you guys are aware, last year at the retreat, we checked in. We were all tired, and Berta was going to go lay down. I told her, I'm going to come snuggle. If she gets up first, she should come snuggle. And, so I get a knock at the door. I'm thinking it's Berta. I'm thinking it's Berta coming to snuggle. Get up. Oh my gosh, I had my hair all over the place. I'll never forget. And I opened the door. Come on in, baby. Let's snuggle and let's go back to sleep. It wasn't Berta. So I'm like, what's going on? I'm looking around. And the lights where I was dark. And these rooms get really dark. Like you have to open the shade to let light in. So I go and I look back at the door, and it was these two young housekeepers. Keep in mind the retreat is like in the middle of, what would you guys call that? Like Amish, maybe country. Um, all of them dressed in, costume. Because it's supposed to put us back into the mindset of like 1910, I think is the year that everything stopped working in this town. Anyway, um, I turn around. I'm wondering what's going on with Berta because she's not really talking. And the girl, she looks so scared. And I had my hair all over the place. I was, it was very humid. And I was going through a ton, like my forehead had blistered up. I'm sure I scared the crap out of her. I'm like, oh, come cuddle with me. And the girl would not come in the room. She was like, here go your towels. I was like, I'm sorry. Couldn't do anything. So they were going down one side of the hall and then obviously going to the rooms and coming back up the other. So by the time I get up, get showered, and finally tackled my hair, I leave and they were coming up the other side. And she goes, you look different. I'm like, wow, wow. Clearly that was why you didn't want to snuggle. She started laughing. Right as I'm talking to her, here come Berta. She was in the bed snuggling with her pillow the whole time. And so I'm like, that's her right there. That's who I thought you guys were knocking on my. I had to make sure the girl wasn't scared of me. But Berta was just relaxing and sleeping that whole time. And I was wondering, like, oh, I missed her. Let me get up. Let me get dressed. Mm-mm. It was, she was still asleep. So, oh, all right. So, no more questions. Where's everyone's questions? Up next. Oh, so, okay, then, since you got, I'm going to pull up a question, but this is just the worst question. How old are you? Everybody knows how old I am, right? 29. There we go. Um, Favorite color. I'm gonna let you guys answer. What do you guys think my favorite color is? That'll tell how much you guys like me and watch me. What do you guys think it is? What is your favorite day of the week? Wednesday. Not just because I go live, because it's the middle of the week. And usually once you hit Wednesday, like Thursday and Friday, they just pass so fast. So I always like Wednesday. Once you get to Wednesday, it was just so easy, so peasy. I see. Oh, look at that. Mm, that is true. Helen's correct. Turquoise is in there also. I do like turquoise because my grandmother, my mom's mom. So that was her favorite color. And she left all of her turquoise to me and my cousins. She had a lot. Let's see. What is your favorite food? Because it's hump day. That's right. It's hump day, and it just, once you make it to that, it's just, Thursday goes really fast. Friday, it's even faster. So. Look at sweet, sweet. Oh, butterfly queen. That is correct. I love butterflies and I love fairies. Um, when I was little, because I was always trying to get into stuff, always. My mom used to call me her little butterfly fairy queen, princess. She said that I was just flitting around all the time. Just stop flitting around. All right, I'll be right back though. Ha, mom. I was in everything. So. And then when my parents divorced, and my mom, she, had her own house, and I stayed with my dad. He raised me. Um, I was turning into like more of a boy. I was doing a lot, hanging out with my dad. He worked on cars, so I'd be out there with him, bothering the heck out of him. I mean, bothering the heck out of him. But I still asked him a ton of questions and he would answer. And he'd say, "Why you out here talking, burning my ears? Here, grab this wrench. Let me show you what to do with it." So then I was hanging out with him and, we started really getting close and everything. And my mom was like, "You turning into a boy." And my dad would feel guilty. He felt really guilty. So what did he do with that guilt? Throw some glitter on her, make her sparkle. So I tell people all the time I was formed. I really truly was formed. Who else? When you guys look at someone and I'm always, oh, it's got to be sparkly, it's got to be bright, it's got to be blingy. That's me, right? But you see where it comes from. Um, my dad, out of my dad's guilt and my mom, early spoiling me, I was formed. Robin says, "Tia, I never told you, but I call my middle daughter my butterfly." So I bought the DAC diamond painting that's called Bouquet. I have Bouquet also uh, because it looks just like her with freckles and butterflies. When I saw that, I was like, yes, when I put my curls back, I'm going to do that style. What's your favorite flower? Wildflowers are my favorite scented flowers. So when I get flowers, I love to receive wildflowers because I love their fragrance, their natural fragrance. But as far as if I had to draw a flower or if I had to try and create a cane, it probably would be a carnation. Yeah, a carnation. That's a great question. All righty. So this is definitely for some young people. Where do you want to live when you grow up? On the top of Mount Charleston. It's about 45 minutes from here. It's really cold. Right now, they're in the middle of a blizzard, and all of the RVs that went up before the blizzard are stuck up there. Oh, and they're all trying to. Tia, do you have BB? Is that a Brazilian butt lift, or what is that? What is the BBF? I big baby father. Is that what that means? Mhm. Favorite guilty snack? That's a good question. I'm still, I'm gonna probably, hey, I don't know. I'm off milk, okay? And I've been off milk since the end of August, going into the beginning of September. BF. Oh, okay. Um, um, my closest. So I have a friend from college. I call her my baby sister. There is literally no blood relation. But you hear me all the time refer to her as my baby sister. So I tried to become this big, famous um, comic coming out of high school. And I took off to New York. I had a cousin that stayed in Jersey. And I said, I'll sleep in your basement, wherever you want. I just want to see if I could do this. And so while I would be trying to find a job or whatever at night, cost $1 to take the PATH train from Jersey over into New York. You got right out on Times Square, 42nd Street, And I would just walk to different, down in Broadway. They have different nightclubs and things like that, comedy clubs. And I would just get up on stage and try and practice. I would get fruit thrown at me. Um, I was trying, I was like, I'm funny. You gonna laugh at me. I don't care if you like it or not. You can't relate. Well, we're gonna figure a way. So my whole act was it was just one time in high school. Yeah, so I remember some of the feedback that I got was, you're gonna have to live life. All of your jokes can't be based on middle school and high school. There's got to be more. And I felt so defeated. And I told my dad, give me 2 years. Give me 2 years. If I'm not this big famous star, you guys ever remember that movie Superstar? Superstar. They filmed that after me. I'm just saying. They stole my whole concept and everything. But, I'm not complaining. So I told my dad, give me 2 years. And if I'm not this big famous star, then I'll let you pay for my college and I'll go to school. So by the time I went to college, I had been out, traipsing the streets trying to get funnier and trying to get my big break. And all I kept hearing was, oh, that was cute. That was haha funny. So I went to college and I met I met my friend, my baby sister, and she gave me a lot of material. I'm just gonna be honest. I called her ass Whitley. And can you imagine? I just told you guys I was raised by a guy. So here comes this rough and tough girl with a foul mouth. I had a horrible mouth back then, but it was before kids, so I could be freer. And I tell you, when I was formed, my parents, they didn't pop me like I should have been popped. Um, so if I said, oh, oh, they didn't say, stop that. My mom had a cuss jar in her house. So I tell you, I show up with my $20 bill and be me. Oh, go get you some beer. But I need to get this off my chest. I throw another 20 in there. Oh, my stepfather, he hated that I would try and get it all out the way and buy my whole night's worth of cussing. So he told me, next time you come to my house, you better bring quarters. I was like, quarters? He was like, yeah, I want you to feel you. And I swear, I had to literally, you know how heavy 30, $40 in quarters are? And you got to, for each cuss word, be mindful of flicking it into it worked. I was like, woo, I got $30 worth of shit to get off my chest tonight. So I don't know if it was really effective, but it definitely put a quantitative measure to how much I would need to get off my chest. Anyway, so I show up at school and I got my own car. And half of those girls showed up with their parents. And I'll never forget, I was trying to get a group of girls together so we can go to the bar. Let's go out. Let's check this town out. Because I went to Ohio State, but it was like 3.5, almost 4 hours away from my dad. So I'm out, I'm free. And I've been clubbing. Girl, let's go do something tonight. So it was a group of African American girls, and we had all signed up for this. It was called the African American Experience because we wanted to experience being African American, I guess. I don't know, but that's what it was called, the group. And all of them were there with their parents. They were, young. And my baby sister, she was the most polished. They talk like, oh, I don't know. We should go shopping. Perhaps we can find some things that they that was their idea and suggestion for a lot of stuff. I was like, who the hell let Whitney up in here? And everybody was laughing, and I was like, girl, when we go out tonight, you taking your mama with you. Like I said, she gave me a lot of material. I teased her, and what was really great to see is that as our relationship evolved, I was the bigger sister, the bully. I teased the heck out of her. Like, you can't be this bougie. Come on. Have you ever been downtown? I would ask her such crazy questions. And as our relationship evolved, she became the more gruff person. She was growing up and she was outside of her parents. And then as I got older, I became more mindful. Oh, I shouldn't talk like that in public. That's, because I saw how she would interact with her mom and her dad. And I did still come up in two different households and things like that. So, I started learning a lot from her and her mom. And the funny thing is, she started turning into me. You got to hear her mouth now. And what irritates me is I used to cuss. My dad said I cussed like a sailor. So right before he passed, about a month before he passed, he was like, I'm proud of you. You don't cuss at all anymore. I mean, I remember the transition. You went from being a sailor to a truck driver to a mom. It's like, oh, I didn't know there was a distinction between how sailors curse and truck drivers curse, but clearly there was a level there. So she'll say stuff like, if you don't get the F out of here, like, say, what is F? Like, we can't substitute anything else for it, or this is what I hate the most. She'll spell it. If you don't get the F used, I'm like, what do we need to? And so I went from being that rough and gruff, trying to get my comedy career and hitting the nightclubs, because let's face it, when you're in a bar, it's going to be a lot more, aggressive behavior. It's going to be a lot more cursing. And so just being in that environment, I had, picked that up. And now I'm in a different environment. I've gone to school, I'm around a lot more people who their drive is to be refined. And so, I started doing better because I was around, people who practiced it all the time. And as she started to try and break away from, her comfort and how she was raised, she became she became more gruff around the edges. I know everybody is hearing this now, but this was from back, early on. And I remember I told her, look, we don't need you trying to get into any rap groups. You don't have to, be Lil Suge. I called her Lil Suge a couple of times, Suge Knight. You don't have to be Lil Suge Knight or nothing. We have rap groups now, because she was growing to be just that, aggressive and stuff. So I call her like my, bestest friend. And then I have another friend. Her name is Booby, and you guys have seen her. Her name is Tylisha when she comes into chat. She lives here in Vegas, and her and Man Bun, he's been on my show a few times. They're my what I call in real life bestie. I call her Booby. I call him my boo thing because he was like my work husband and things. But he got 6 kids. So I'm gonna tell you right now, he got 6 kids. He got six too many kids, and they are gorgeous. His littlest boy is so cute. I wish I could have him on the show, but I don't think the baby mother would allow that. But yeah, so I call them Booby and Boo Thang. Oh, and I see them probably once a month. You know, my closest, that I talk to a few times a week outside of, you know, anything is obviously you guys know J. Rob, Crashly, Rebecca, Tima, Sweets. That's Danielle, Boudreaux, Shawana, Amanda, Crystal. Who else? Mickey, Mindy. Um, I don't talk to Mindy as much. She is busy now, but a year or so ago, I would bug her. And I would reach out to her behind the scenes. um, that is right. My Deanne, she's a sweetheart. And who else do I talk to a lot? I used to talk. Oh, Lizzie. I'm sorry, Lizzie Bird. Um, Billy from Billy's Crafting Lounge. Um, I talk to him a few times a week, but he's got a lot going on right now. So I don't get to talk to him as much, but we used to get on our little chat. And the fun part about getting on a chat is we could do our clay challenge, you know. But Billy is smarter than me, He knew how. to hide his cameras and stuff. So I would be trying to show my desk, and he could see everything I was doing. And I couldn't see the way he had his camera set up. I couldn't see his project or anything like that. I think you robbed me, Billy. I do. I think you robbed me. But is this another gray hair? I thought I plucked them all, but we'll see. Sorry about that. Nobody, you don't want to turn 29. I want to turn 29. The gray hairs come out. There! Hi, YDN! Oh, I was just given a list of all of my besties. Um, yeah, I think that I don't want to forget. She came here about a year ago, and her and my mom were really close. Her name is Mystery of Diamonds. When the pandemic first occurred, I would look for people to communicate with. I was lonely. I was always by myself, you know, and I was crafting alone. And she was a teacher. Well, she is. I don't mean to say was, but she is a teacher. And so they had just got sent home, and their curriculum and their day and everything was, crazy. They finally said they weren't going to, redo school or anything. So now she found herself having time all day and all night. So we would talk late hours of the night. And then I ended up losing my job. And we used to be on the phone till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Whew, goodness. So I do not want to leave Mystery of Diamonds out. Y'all, I call her my boo, Brandy. But yeah, she was there. And that was great. We'd talk about everything, everything under the sun. So I definitely want to keep her in there. Her husband and her son, they came out here and they hung out with me and my mom. Oh man, we had a ball. Nicole and Jamie. Nicole's mom lives here. We didn't get to meet up and hang out last year, so when they came back this year, we finally got a chance to hang out and meet up. Oh my gosh, you talking about nonstop laughter, having a good time. Sweets came out here with her family, and we got to go hang out for the day. And her family cooked and invited me back for dinner. Oh man, and they gave me milk. They enabled me, guys. It was good. Uh, no, don't say that, Susan. Susan, don't say that. Last week there were some that were like, this one right here keeps coming back. I've plucked this out like 2 or 3 times, and it just keeps coming back. So that roast was so good. Oh man. Oh man. So they made roast. Oh, and they offered me other beverages, but I said, "Do you have any milk?" And they were like, "Yeah, you want some milk?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Got this big glass, and then Sweets offered me a second glass, and I was like, "Sure." So um, I don't know where. I always blame my mother for my milk addiction. So when I was a baby, my mother, she refused to breastfeed, and she put me on formula and regular milk and all of that, and I was addicted. My kids, I breastfed both of them. These two won't touch regular milk. Right now, they're on almond milk, but they have discovered oat milk, but they won't drink regular milk at all. And had my mother have breastfed me, I feel like I would be just like my kids, like, "Ugh, milk is nasty." Ugh." Yes, you do. Need to come out here and hang out, have a great time. So much fun. I must have to have plucked too many. Yeah, I think I, I think I got I can see it, and then I see one back here also. I'm trying, but I don't know where they're coming from. Yeah, well, I mean, they just look at this. Look at that. All right, we're gonna have to do something about that. Anyway, great questions. Um, these are for kids. This says, "What's your favorite subject?" What do you like to do in your free time? We definitely know that. Do you have any pets? I don't. Do you have any brothers or sisters? Just went over. I have one baby sister, and then I have my boo thing and my booby. Those are like brother and sister. I call boo thing. I call man bun the brother that loves me, and my brother hates it. So I took my brother after he got out the hospital a couple months ago when he had when they told him he had a stroke, but it ended up being, I think they said Bell's palsy. Um, but he was in the hospital, and they were checking his vitals and stuff. They believed, he had had a stroke and he was really bad off. But I mean, his face had fell. I don't want that to happen. And my mother ended up telling the doctor that she had Bell's palsy, and her sister and one of her others, she has five sisters, um, and out of five, three of them had Bell's palsy, and it's genetic. So obviously, I was very concerned. But that's when we found out. So he gets out. I think he was in the hospital for almost 2 weeks, and they just wanted to confirm that it wasn't because they thought it could have been a TIA, all kind of things that they were testing him for. But they were comfortable finalizing it as Bell palsy. So that means now he can get out. He has some, muscular and facial um, exercises, I guess, that they'll prescribe to him. But one of the things that I said, well, since we know it wasn't as serious as we initially were told, let's get you out a little bit more. Let's go places. So Man Bun and Booby, they said that, yeah, we'll plan some stuff. We'll have him come. So we decided to meet up. We were going to this. It's a kids place, but we were going to act like we was kids and move the little kids off the machine. What else do adults do when they go to places like Chuck E. Cheese? They go buy all the quarters and they hog the games up from the kids, and the kids be standing there forever. And what do? We tell them there's tickets on that game, and we point them in another direction, right? We send them off, go get the tickets, because we don't want to play the games with the tickets anyway. So that's what we was doing. And we decide that we're going to go ahead and meet up, have a little game time with my brother. And so we get there, and Man Bun is just swarming, hugging. He brought his son. And so I was going to get to introduce my brother. My brother didn't have any of his grandkids at this point. He just, needed a day out, getting used to sitting up because he was still like, he looked like a bobblehead. And so he was just getting used to kind of sitting up and things. And I never forget, I was like, Mike, this is Man Bun. And they were like, hey, how you doing? And he's tapping it. He was like, you starting a date? And I'm like, no. He was like, well, who is this then? I thought it was somebody. And I was like, this is the brother that loves me. And he was like, I was so worried for a moment. I thought I gave him a heart attack. Oh, my mom popped me, just so you know. That's not nice. Don't do that. Don't tell your brother that. I said, which one we talking about? So yeah, I have my moments where I'm a little stinker. Susan says, "You have beautiful hair, Tia. Enjoy it while you can. I'm completely silver gray now. Last time I dyed it was for my youngest's wedding 4 years ago. I haven't embraced dyeing yet, but I'm sure y'all could see it look like, you know, you could see this one really good. Isn't that horrible? I'm sitting here, I have I have my youth. I'm 29, and sorry. When I do that, I got to duck and dodge in case some bolts come down. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Angie says I need to color my hair because my gray hair is coming in way too fast. It is blue, not white. Purple. Purple is it. Pink and purple. Okay. I think that those pigments, when they go over gray hair, they just bring out skin tone and colorization so well on, mature skin. So if you do have a lot, I think it might be worth looking into purple or pink tones. That's just me. I just turned 29 a few weeks ago. There you go, Angie. See? Yeah. We all fighting gray together. All right, here we go. Next question. 5 minutes left. What does this say? All right. These are crazy. What's your favorite color? It is green. I like several different hues of green, but I like green. Amanda says, if I did that, I would be half purple. I love that though. You had another question that I saw, but I think I've got secret hidden talent. Secret hidden talent. I don't have any hidden talent. I don't have any like hidden talents, but in a previous life, I believe I was a Care Bear, and I was the one who had the heart, come out of their chest, and all of hearts flew out and got people. That was me. That's a hidden talent. I believe I was really great at it. I'm coloring my hair purple again. My grandson Leo calls me purple hair because that is how it tells grandma apart, by the color of her hair. Tenderheart, that's it. In a previous life, I believe I was Tenderheart. Yeah, but that hurts me. Like that hurts me a lot at work and things like that. Um, I've heard that a lot. I'm in insurance and I gotta get a lot more thick skin when it comes to how I communicate. I'm too like I could never work on the workers' comp side. I'd be giving everybody the money. Oh, go ahead, girl. We're gonna get you another check. Don't worry about it. You know, it ain't my money. It's their money. We're gonna go ahead and hook you up. You'll be okay. Yeah, I don't think they would ever let me go over to the workers' comp side. That is something that I hear all the time. I know you read the policy. Like if I'm denying, I have read this policy inside out, and I can pull these paragraphs out, and I can literally refer one, two, three. I always like to have three at least paragraphs in my denial, three parts of the policy that outline the why not. And then and again, I handle the complex denials and things like that. But I'm telling you, I've heard that. So that's what I think I was in a prior life, and that could be my hidden talent. Yeah, hidden talent. I started going gray when I was 16. I will be 55 in September. I've been dyeing my hair ever since. I just dyed my hair plum purple this time and cut off 8 inches. Well, Sherry, I'm sure that that is gorgeous because I feel like, again, those purple and those pink deposits in hair, especially when it's maturing, it just absorbs that color so well, gives it a nice hue. So definitely, like my mom, I think she's waiting to go full on gray, but my mom is thinking more pink. But I'm thinking that, something like a burgundy would look, maybe better, darken it up a little bit. But she said everybody black go burgundy. She may have a point there. Oh my God, Tia, I have to tell you, my daughter that lost her eye just got a different eye and she feels much better about it, not hiding her eye. It is black with a gold playable. Oh, it is badass. Oh, Angie, that's great news. How's she been? She's doing good? I'm so glad to hear that though. And I remember, she was starting to get a little down and a little, upset and things about just the hand that she had been dealt. But I'm glad that she's been able to turn it around. And it sounds like she's enjoying, maybe overcoming some of the adversity that she is suffering through. Matnat says, I dye my hair burgundy and chop most of it off. Oh no. I don't know about, these shoulders, they a little slimmer, but they still too big to be handling all his head. So I need this to help offset, because I got a little neck. I don't know why, but I got a little neck, big old head, and these shoulders is fluffy. So I ain't gonna be able to cut off too much hair for right now. It has really boosted her confidence, and she feels beautiful again. Well, she was always beautiful, but I love that she owns it, and it has helped create some confidence. So good. Oh, oh. Let's see. Last question. If a genie granted you three wishes right now, what would you wish for? Oh, this is a good question. Um, it's a good question. I think, I would not be above asking for $1 billion. There we go. Just get that out there. Um, yeah. Health, health. Definitely would wish for some health. And my third wish I would hold on to because I wouldn't want to get rid of all the power, and I would wait a while to be able to use that third wish. I sent you a pic of me during COVID before I colored my hair. It is way more gray now. I remember I still have that pic. How many people have an eye like that? I gave her the idea of the Playboy bunny, and she surprised me with it. So happy to see her smile again. I think that that's what matters the most is that you're starting to see those glimmers of your baby again. She's smiling, she's connecting, she's so excited, she's feeling, her best self in a long time. So that matters. That's a win. That's a win. Why does my cheek look so shiny? I don't know what's going on, but Ooh, okay. Hi, Lisa. I think about you a lot. You are in my prayers. Oh, oh. Well, I think that that is a big success for the getting to know you. Hopefully, I, gave you guys a lot of insight. I would love for you all to remind your friends to subscribe and to come back and hit the hashtag replay. Because I would like for you guys to comment what project or collab you are working on for the month of March. So if you can, after this show, maybe go back, hit the hashtag replay, and comment what collab you guys are working on for March. And there's several going on. There's the Get Your Weird On, that's my two sisters. There is also the Chuck Along 7. Rebecca with Crafting and Crime Daily. Her and Mickey are hosting the Mystery Diamond Paint Along. And then I do believe Ticket to Ride is still ongoing. I know that, oh, bye, Angie. See you later. So, I know that there is a collab that I think it is Nyx and Kokisha are had just started. I believe there's also a collab with Bella Art Day Nicole. And also kudos to them. I know that they have just finished up a very successful charity drive that they had sponsored, and I know that was very successful. They hit their marker and their goal, and they surpassed it. So kudos to them. Anytime we have a cause, it's beautiful when we get the community to come out and to help. So you guys keep shining and you guys keep, loving one another because I think that's what it's all about. Hopefully, I answered all of your questions. If I didn't, post them in the hashtag replay along with the collab that you're working on in March. Next week, I will be back. They'll probably be diamond painting because I've been working on pins And I've been doing, trying to alternate with my cross stitch projects, but I always feel like this is the time that I could be working on my clay, get up and work on the clay. So I have a few pins that I started working on after I finished up with the giveaway pins. If you did win the giveaway pins, they went out this week. Also, the diamond painting stands, those are going out. Those are coming from Canada. So please allow a little, time for those to arrive. If you guys, a lot of people were asking behind the scenes about our painting that was sponsored by Captured by Radiance. They have returned from their vacation. If you guys are subscribed to their newsletter and you are a member of their website, you guys are going to have early access, and I believe they've already made that available. So you may want to consider signing up with Capture by Radiance because they are offering a discount and they've made that canvas available. They're going to do a launch on it so that everyone will have the access to it, but they just wanted to have a perk for someone who'd already signed up through them. So make sure you guys go over there. I don't think that they have ended that yet. Um, I didn't get a date yet that they formally opened that up on their website yet. So other than that, thank you again for coming out. It's been a great evening. I don't know why, but this is like really shiny. Huh. I don't know what's going on there. She's trying to get this shine to go off. So I don't know. You guys ever do the skin peeling thing where I'm trying. I'm getting old. I'm trying everything now. All the stuff that I thought was ridiculous. Y'all remember back in the day when your grandmother or your auntie and them, they used to be like, I gotta get my beauty cream. Girl, I've been looking for beauty cream. Huh, can't believe that. So I think this is, I've been rolling my face and I'm sorry if it's, too much though. I'd be like, girl, let me wipe your face for you. It's like glasses when you wear glasses and you can see a smudge on someone's glass. Don't you just want to grab the glasses, take them off their face? Like, let me wash these for you. That's how I feel right now. I feel like that's doing it. Anyway, I'm the queen of forever goodbyes. Like they can last for 22 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great night, all.